past generations of Americans pursued big dreams and daring projects that once seemed absolutely impossible. They pushed across an unsettled continent and built new cities in the wild frontier. They transformed American life with the interstate highway system. Magnificent it was. And they launched a vast network of satellites into orbit all around the earth. But today, our country has lost its boldness. Under my leadership, we will get it back in a very big way. If you look at just 3 years ago, what we were doing was unthinkable. How good it was, how great it was for our country. Our objective will be a quantum leap in the American standard of living. That's what will happen. Here are just a few of the ways we can do it. Almost 1/3 of the landmass of the United States is owned by the federal government, with just a very, very small portion of that land, just a fraction, 1/2 of 1%. Would you believe that? We should hold a contest to charter up to 10 new cities and award them to the best proposals for development. In other words, we'll actually build new cities in our country again. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier, reignite American imagination, and give hundreds of thousands of young people and other people, all hardworking families, a new shot at home ownership and, in fact, the American dream. Another big opportunity is in transportation. Dozens of major companies in the United States and China are racing to develop vertical takeoff and landing vehicles for families and individuals. Just as the United States led the automotive revolution in the last century, I want to ensure that America, not China, leads this revolution in air mobility. These breakthroughs can transform commerce, bring a giant infusion of wealth into rural America, and connect families and our country in new ways. Likewise, through our Strategic National Manufacturing Initiative, which is going to be very big and very, very successful, we will turn forgotten communities into hives of industry, producing the goods we will no longer import from China. We will also have a major initiative on lowering the cost of living with a special focus on lowering the cost of a new car and lowering the cost to build a single-family home. And they will be beautiful homes. And I will ask Congress to support baby bonuses for young parents to help launch a new baby boom. Finally, I'll challenge the governors of all 50 states to join me in a great modernization and beautification campaign, getting rid of ugly buildings, refurbishing our parks and our public spaces, making cities and towns more livable, ensuring a pristine environment, and building towering monuments to our true American heroes. Very importantly, I will also make sure all of these new places are safe. We love and cherish our police. They will do the job the way they have to. It is time to start talking about greatness for our country again. I will dramatically increase living standards and build a future that brings our country together through excitement, opportunity, and success. Thank you very much.
Welcome to yet another edition of the Truth Zone. As always, this is your host, Truth Seeker here. And never fear, Trump is here to save the day for all of those quote-unquote far-right, conservative, mega people. Trump is here talking about how he wants to create 10 freedom cities. This is sounding more and more like Hunger Games by the day. This is sounding more and more like different districts, different colonies by the day. And you're like, Truth, he's wanting to promote freedom. He's here to save the day. No, he's not. He's part of the system. And, you know, people are like, oh, you're criticizing Trump. That means you're a leftist. No, I'm not a leftist. I'm not a rightist. I'm not anything anymore. I voted for Trump twice. But this is before I was fully awakened and aware to the fact that politics are one big sham. The left and the right is one big sham. It's the wings of the same bird. Trump is promoting the same ideologies just like the left, just putting icing on top or lipstick on a pig, whatever analogy that you would like to use. This is nothing more than more of a way to continue to divide people, keep them distracted, divided. And it's nothing more than a way to make sure they get herded into these smart cities, 15-minute cities, whatever you want to call them. As I stated in another video covering this, once they get you in these cities, they got you. You will be pretty much trapped in these cities. You will be told where to go, what you can do, how much you can spend, etc., etc. This is why they want you in these cities, because it will be easier to control you if you are all gathered together in one place. And of course, they're going to blame it on overpopulation, which is why they had to do this and everything else. And, you know, I get that accidents happen, such as, you know, train derailments happen every day for the most part. But like with the East Palestine thing that happened, it happened in a rural area. So that should tell you all you need to know, how they are trying to chase you out of these rural areas and they want you to go to these cities. And then you have somebody like Jack Posobiec. He's a big Trump guy, posting images like this on his Twitter, where Trump's looking very, very satanic in this photo with the whole black and the red, saying retribution. So you see what's happening. You see what is coming. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I'm not going to be deceived by this, by either side. I'm not for either side. I'm not for Trump. I'm not for Biden. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm not independent. I'm not anything anymore when it comes to politics, because it's all one big sham. But it's quite crazy how the color red has been really synonymous with this year. And now we see Mr. Red himself, the Mega Man, coming back out, promoting all of these agendas. And we already know some agendas that he's already pushed. I can't specifically say it here on YouTube, unfortunately, because I will get my channel striked and even taken down. But you can put two and two together on what I'm referring to. I personally, my own opinion, I think he's going to be the one to usher in and push in the rest of the agendas for the Mark of the Beast stuff. But that's just my own opinion. I'm not saying that's a factual statement by any means. I could be way off topic on this, but it's just a very weird feeling I have. Also, it's very interesting how he chose number 10, because read this in Revelation 17:12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings, 1 hour with the beast. So that's very interesting that he chose that number. Regardless, America is as divided as ever. Pretty much everywhere in the world is divided. And the reason being is because they are pushing all of these agendas to the forefront. 15-minute cities, not even just in America, but all over. It's not just some conspiracy anymore. It's real. It's happening. You see it happening. I know it can be scary seeing these things come to pass. And some people just think it sounds good. Oh, I don't got to worry about a car anymore. I have everything right in walking distance. But that's even what Satan does. He deceives you. He paints a pretty picture, makes it look good, makes it look enticing, and then before you know it, he has you in a trap. So do not be deceived, and don't just take my word for it either. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusion. I'm just an average guy here on YouTube discussing topics. If you choose to still believe in Trump, that's your choice. I can't sit there and degrade you for believing in politics. That's your own choice. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't believe in politics anymore. But it's your right to believe what you're going to believe. Just as it's my right to believe what I'm going to believe. But he's making it sound really good. Really enticing. So just be aware, is all I'm saying. Be very aware. But that's all I have for today's video. I thank you for tuning in to yet another edition of the Truth Zone. I thank you all for your prayers and your support through all of these trying times. I can't do this without any of you. I can't. I truly can't. But as always, this is your host, Truth Seeker, signing out.